Okay, now yesterday you were introduced to this. Now you're actually going to solve the problems. You probably want to watch two examples before you go to the assignment, okay? Angie and Kenny play online video games. Angie buys one software package and 3 months of gameplay. She pays a total of $65. Kenny buys one software package and 2 months of gameplay, and he pays a total of $50. Find the cost of a single software package and the cost of a single month of gameplay. So there are 3 units. You got the software packages, the months of gameplay. Those are the 2 things you buy, and then the money itself that you pay for. So 3 units. Now, you don't want to make your box ginormous, okay? Actually, I would recommend you actually split it so that you have about that much room, okay, because you're going to need it. Okay, so again, maybe a little bit more than I did. So again, we know we have total. Try to fit that in there. Total. How many? This pen I'm writing with is not very good. So how many? And then single. And then you want to put your money unit of both single and total. Now, the 2 things we're buying are software packages. Just put SOFT. And then months of gameplay, you can just put months. Okay, now normally what I like to do is go fill out a total money amount, but there's actually 2. We have this first person pays $65, and there's another different person that pays $50. So I want to put those both in here. Don't add them together or anything like that. You're just going to put 65 and 50. Put them in the order that they appear in the problem. And then you can cross those out because we placed those. Okay, now let's look at the top row. This is for numbers that aren't money. And I've actually got, this is not money, this is not money, this is not money, and this is not money. So that's 4 things that are going to be here. Okay, so let's start putting them in the right box. So it says 1 software package. So I'm going to put a 1, not a big one because there's going to be another one. 3 months of gameplay, so 3. Okay, 1 software, so another 1. And then 2 months of gameplay, so the months right here. Now, as soon as those are placed, cross all of them out. Okay, they're all done. And you're not going to put anything for total, just cross that out. Now, to get down here, we need some letters in here. Okay, so let's have the software be X. So I'm going to put 2 X's, so each one has a partner to go with. And then the months of gameplay is Y. So I should have 2 Y's. Y and Y. They're both Y. That's a Y. Okay, so I take 1 times X, and that's 1X. And then I take 1 times X. That's 1X. I take 3 times Y. That's 3Y. And I take 2 times Y, and that's 2Y. Okay, now we have the 2 equations right here and right here. So I have a system, so I need to make my cross. Okay. So I'm going to have 1x plus 3y equals 65, and then 1x plus 2y equals 50. Okay, so there's no base. Okay, so we draw our bubbles. And do I have the same? Yes, I do. I actually have the same thing right here. So I'm going to X that out. Okay, I don't need to do that. These are the same, but again, we need a positive and a negative. Right now, I don't have that. They're both positives. So we need to switch the signs so one of them's negative. So that's negative. The 2y is negative. The 50 is negative. So now I plus, okay. I take positive 1 plus negative 1. That's 0, so we can cross that out. Now, 3 is positive, so 3, and then plus, and then 2 is negative, so negative 2, and that's 1y equals, and 65, that's positive, and then plus, and 50 is negative, so negative 50, and that's 15, okay? Okay, so I dot the 1 and just divide, and 15 divided by 1 is 15, so y equals 15. Now look at where the y's were at. They were under the months, okay? So 15 goes here, and it's dollars, so $15. Now to get your other answer, you need to write down the first equation. 1x plus 3y equals 65. There's no thought to it, just write it down. And I have the answer for y, so I'm going to parenthesize y and put 15 over it and then scribble it out, okay? So I need to take 3 times 15. 3 times 15 is 45. So 45. Remember, don't put y on that. The y I took out. Plus 1x equals 65. Then I dot my x. I will minus 45 from each side. And 65 minus 45 is 20. So 1 dot x equals 20. Okay? And then divide by 1 is still 20. Okay, so 20, and that's money, so $20. Okay, my next problem. You're going to get decimals on a lot of these because you're dealing with money. Okay, one person buys 5 pounds of oranges and 8 pounds of apples for $11.47. Another person buys 3 pounds of oranges and 2 pounds of apples for $4.25. Find the cost of a single pound of oranges and the cost of a single pound of apples. So the cost of apples, cost of oranges. Okay. Make that line so I have room. And then it's 3 units involved in the problem. Okay. So total. And that's a money total. And then how many? And single. Okay, so I've got oranges and apples, so OR and AP. You can put O and A too, it doesn't really matter. Now, what's your total cost? Well, there's 2 people, and the first total cost is $11.47, okay? And then the other total cost is $4.25, okay? So I'm going to cross those out of the problem. Now, I'm going to go circle all the numbers that aren't money. So 8 pounds, 5 pounds, 3 pounds, and 2 pounds. Again, that's 4 things that we got to fit up here. And they all go in this row. So 5 pounds of what? Oranges. So the 5 goes here. 8 pounds of what? Apples. So the 8 goes here. 3 pounds of what? Of oranges. So 3's here. And then 2 pounds of apples, so 2's here. Okay. Now I cross those all out because they're placed on the table. And I'm not going to put anything in there. Okay. But I do need something to go in here because I need things that will multiply the 5 and 3 and 8 and 2 by. So let's have oranges, the cost of them be X, because I don't know how much they cost, so they're double X. And again, apples is a letter because I don't know how much they cost, so that's Y. So 5 times X, 5X, 3 times X, 3X, and then 8 times Y is 8Y, 2 times Y is 2Y. Okay, so now I have 2 equations right here and right here. Okay, so now, but again, I have 2 different letters, so we're going to have to make that chart. So I have 5x plus 8y equals 11.47. And I've got 3x plus 2y equals 4.25. Okay, again, there's no base. And there's also no same this time. So with no same, you have to do the dot, 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 dot. So I have a 3 here, so I'm going to times all these by 3. I have a 5 here, so by all these by 5. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15 with x. 8 times 3 is 24 with y still. Then I take 11.47 times 3. Be careful how you do that. You get 34.41. Okay, then the bottom, 3x times 5 is 15x. 2y times 5 is 10y. And then 4.25 times 5 is 21.25. Okay, and now you have something that's the same. Okay, so I've got my same thing right here. But they can't both be positive, okay? Otherwise they won't plus to 0. So negative, negative, negative. So I'm going to plus 15 to negative 15, and that's 0. Okay, you can cross that out. Now 24 is positive, so 24 plus, and then the 10's negative, so you got to get negative 10. You can't put 10, so 14y. 34.41 is positive, plus 21.25 is negative. 13.16. Now I dot that and divide by 14. You're going to get a decimal because you're finding money amounts. The answers are money amounts, so decimals will make sense here. I got 0.94. Okay. Now that's the y, and y is under apples, so the cost of apples is 94 cents. Okay. Now to get your other answer, just write this where I'm at. 5x plus 8y equals 11.47. Okay. And we have the answer for y, so parenthesize y, cross it out, and put 0.94. So I need to times those. I need to take 8 times 0.94, 7.52. Just follow your steps, okay? And then add 5x before equaling 11.47. Then I dot the 5x, and then I need to subtract 7.52. 5.x equals, so I take 11.47 minus 7.52, and that's 3.95. And now I divide by 5. Okay. So I divide 3.95 by 5, and I get 0.79. So the cost of oranges is 79 cents. Okay, next problem. 2 schools buy helmets and uniforms from a store. The school buys 5 helmets and 7 uniforms for $250, and that's a total. The other school buys 7 helmets and 10 uniforms for $354. Find the cost of a single helmet, cost of a single uniform. So again, I've got 3 units. Again, we're going to need workspace here, so I'm going to make my table. So I've got total, how many, and single. Okay, so money single, money total. And I've got helmets and uniforms. Okay, total cost. I have 2 of them. I got $250 for one of the schools and $354 for the other. So put them in the order that they're listed in the problem. Don't jumble them up. You don't want to get your orders all mixed up. Okay, now what do you have that's not a money amount? Well, right here, 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 and here. All right. So 5 what? 5 helmets. So 5 goes here, but there's another one to put there. 7 what? 7 uniforms. Okay. 7 what? Helmets. So 7 and 10 what? 10 uniforms. Okay. Now you can cross out every single one of those. And you're out of numbers, so you don't put anything in there. But I'm also never put anything in there. I have not put anything in there yet. So I need some letters here to multiply these values by, and I don't know how much a helmet costs, so X, and then I don't know how much a uniform costs. But there's two sets of them. 5 times X is 5X, 7 times X, 7X, 7 times Y is 7Y, 10 times Y is 10Y. Okay, so again, I have X and Y in this table. Whenever I have X and Y in the table, I'm going to need a system. Okay, so 5X plus 7Y equals 250, and 7X plus 10Y equals 354. So 5X plus 7Y equals 250, and then 7X plus 10Y equals 354. Okay, now again, you have no base in this equation, so I bubble up. And these aren't the same, and these aren't the same, so there is no same. So we need to do the dots. Okay, so I have a 7 here, so I'm going to go 7, 7, 7. I have a 5 here, so 5, 5, 5. So 5X times 7 is 35X. 7 times 7 is 49Y. Then 250 times 7 is 1,750. Okay. 7X times 5 is 35X. 10Y times 5 is 50Y. And then 354 times 5 is 1770. Okay. So now I do this thing with the negatives again. Again, these are the same. So right here, negative, negative, negative. So I plus 35 plus negative 35 is 0. 49 plus negative 50, that's negative 1. 1750 plus negative 1770 is negative 20. And I dot and then divide. So y equals positive 20. And y is under the uniform, so the uniform cost is $20. Okay, once again, to find your other answer, just take this 5x plus 7y equals 250. And I have the answer for y, so parenthesize the y. Scribble that out, and I take 7 times 20. Okay, 7 times 20 is 140. Then I add 5x. And equals 250. So I will dot the 5x, and I'm going to subtract 140. Okay, so 5 dot x is equal to 110, because that's 250 minus 140. And I divide by 5. So 110 divided by 5 is 22. Got them. Okay, then the last one I'm going to go over. Jillian and Tyson are shopping for supplies. Jillian needs 3 balls of yarn and 1 set of needles for $21.95. Tyson buys 1 ball of yarns and 2 sets of needles for $12.65. Find the cost of a ball of yarn and a single set of needles. So again, table. Split that then. You're going to need it. Total, how many, single. Okay, so the cost of a single, the cost total. So I've got the balls of yarn. I'm just going to put balls, set of needles, set. Okay. Okay, so my total costs are $21.95 and $12.65. Now cross those off. Okay, now you have 3 numbers that are not money related. 3, 1, 1, 2. All those have to go on the top row. So 3 what? Balls of yarn, so 3. 1 what? Set of needles, so 1. 1 what? Ball of yarn. 2 what? Set of needles. So they're all there. So I have no other numbers, so I have no use for this box. I also have no use for this box because I've already got numbers here. Okay, we need the letters here. I don't know how much a ball costs, so X, X, or a set of needles, Y, Y. So 3 times X is 3X, 1 times X, 1X, 1 times Y, 1Y, and 2Y. Okay, and again, set up your table. So 3x plus 1y equals 21.95, and 1x plus 2y equals $12.65. Okay, so no base and no same. So we got to do the dot, 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 dot. I have a 1 here, so 1, 1, 1. 3, 3, 3. So 3x times 1 is 3x. 1y times 1 is 1y. 21.95 times 1 is 21.95. Okay, 1x times 3 is 3x. 2y times 3 is 6y. And 12.65 times 3 is 37.95. Okay, now circle them again. Okay, we have the same thing right here, but they have to be, you have to have a positive and a negative, so negative, negative, negative. Okay, now plus those. 3 plus negative 3 is 0. 1 plus negative 6 is negative 5, so negative 5y, and that's dot y. And then I take 21.95 plus negative 37.95, negative 16. Then I divide by negative 5. Negative 16 by negative 5 is 3.2. Now that's okay. Okay. And that's y. So y is under the set of needle set. So the cost of the needles, okay, is 3.2. 20. Okay, put that in there. Okay, so I'm going to use this. 3x plus 1y equals 21.95. Okay. So I've got 3.2. Okay. So y is equal to 3.2. So I will parenthesize the y, cross it out, and I will replace it with 3.2. Okay, 1 times 3.2 is 3.2 plus 3x equals 21.95. Then I dot the 3, circle it, and I subtract 3.2. So 21.95 minus 3.2 is 18.75. So 3 dot x equals 18.75. I just divide her by 3. So 18.75 divided by 3 is 6.25. So 6.25. Okay, and that's how you're going to solve those, and that's pretty much the last story problems we have with those. We'll have to review them kind of all at the same time, though, so you don't get all messed up.